to remove the wheel, use a 17mm socket. Take these lug studs out. When you go to take the last one out, you might want to hold the wheel so it doesn't fall. And slide it off. We'll take these nuts off, use a 10mm socket. There's 3 of them, one right here. Another one over here. Take these 2 screws out, use an 8mm socket. Underneath here, take these 2 screws out, use an 8mm socket. Take that panel down. There may be another push pin or screw that's over there. For these, they're a little center piece in the push pin. Just use a punch and just push that in. Use a trim tool and just slide it out, just like that. And just take the inner fender well out. Disconnect this hose right here. There's 2 tabs you can push. You push those 2 tabs. That's the lock to release it. And slide it up. Just like that. There's a connection over here. The back side of the filler neck. Push on those 2 tabs. Slide that hose off. Disconnect that. There's 2 wires. Take this wire off right here. There's a connection right here, a retainer. Slide those off. Take these 2 nuts off. Use a 10mm socket. And just grab the canister and slide it towards the center of the vehicle. Tip it down. You can disconnect this connector right here. Just push down on the tab and slide it off. Take these 3 screws out. Use a T20 socket. Disconnect this air hose right here. If you have to, you can use a pick underneath here. Hose comes off, out of the way. And just grab the module, slide it back and forth, and it slides right out. Take this rubber grommet off of the base. And reinstall that right in there. Now take the new one and just slide it in position. Work it back and forth, make sure those screw holes line up. Put this hose back on. Lock it down in place. Take the screws, get those all started. And tighten them down. Just snug. Connect the connector. Get that locked down and slide this back in position. There is a little area where it goes into a slot right there. So slide that in place and go over the studs. And put the nuts on. Get those started. And tighten those down. Slide the wires, containers in place. There, right there. And put this pipe on. Lock that in place. Then this one over here. Slide that in place and lock it down. It's locked in. And take the inner fender well, line it up. Pull this trim back. Get that all lined up. The push pins that came out are actually plastic rivets, and you can't reuse these. So you can either get new plastic rivets or find some push pins that will work for you. Line those up. And put these screws back in. Tighten those down. And under here, take this panel, line that up, get these screws started. And tighten these down. If you have a push pin, push one right there. And put the 3 plastic nuts on. Get those started. One up there as well, and then the one over here. And tighten them down. Put the wheel on. Get the lug nuts on. Now I'm going to torque these lug nuts to 110 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Now I'll go around again, double check.